Hi everybody. I know it's been a few days since I did a video and I wanted to do another one because a lot has happened since I last recorded. Last time I had a video was Monday and I had just had a ultrasound and my follicle was 13.5 millimeters. So they told me to come back on Thursday to check and see what size it is or was. So I went on Thursday morning and I was hoping that I would get to 16 and a half. That was the number in my head that I was looking for and hoping it would be. So when I went in and they did the ultrasound, it was 18.3. So I was really excited that it was that big. I was really not expecting it to be as big as it was because I usually grow slow. So that was really good. And so the doctor who did the ultrasound told me she thought that we would be doing the IUI on Saturday or Sunday because she thought they might want it to give it another day to grow. But depending on my blood work that morning, they would call and let me know what my LH levels were and if when I need to do my trigger shot. So I went to work, and she also told me that being that there was only one follicle and the cycle day, because I'm cycle day 16, I think, or 15. No, I can't remember. 15 or 16. And she thought it was probably just my body that was doing it, that it wasn't really the Femara that had helped that much. So she said maybe next time, if this doesn't work, that we might want to try injectables or something else to help the Femara along because it just looked like it was my body. So that was interesting news. But anyway, I went to work after the appointment, and it was about 3:15, and I still hadn't gotten a call back from my nurse, which was unusual because I usually call about 1 or 2 in the afternoon with my blood work. So at 3:15 I called them because at 3:30 if you call and leave a message, they don't call you back until the next day. So I knew it would be too late. So I called and my nurse's voicemail said that she was out of the office until tomorrow, and I was like, "Oh crap. I might miss it." I mean, didn't know what their protocol was for that. So I called the office and said who I was and what nurse I was looking for, and they were like, "Oh yeah, she's not coming until tomorrow, but this other nurse is covering for her." So they put me through to her line, and she answered, and she was told me that she was still working on her list of patients. She hadn't gotten to my nurse's list yet, so I told her my name, and she looked it up, and she said, "Oh, you're surging on your own, so you're doing your IUI tomorrow." And I was like, really? I was really surprised. I was hoping Saturday because I wouldn't have to worry about work and it would be the weekend. It would be great timing, but my body had other plans, just like it did for my first IUI. So, yeah, she said my LH level was elevated and to take my trigger that night, which was Thursday, and do it between 6 p.m. and midnight, anytime in between there. So after work, I had choir practice because my husband's a pastor, and so we had choir practice last night. So I didn't get home till about 8:15, I think. So I ended up taking my trigger at 8:22 last night, and I was a little nervous that I was going to ovulate already or too soon, or crazy thoughts go through your head when you're waiting, and so we went to bed and we left this morning and went, and my husband had to be at the appointment at 8:45 to drop his sample off so they could wash it, and then my appointment was at 10:45. So in between we went for breakfast and then got back about 10 o'clock, and they actually took me back at 10:30, so it was a little bit early, and went into the room and she told me the count, which this time it was his pre-wash was 70 million and the with 80% motility, and then post-wash was 12 million, which for us was really good because our last IUI he only had 6 million, I think 6.7 million for our last IUI, and the motility was only 32%. So the numbers were a lot better for us this time. So I'm really hopeful that it went well, and it actually, the procedure itself went a lot smoother than the first one. My first IUI, the catheter that they used didn't work right away, so she had to switch mid IUI with the speculum in and everything. Had to leave and get a different type of hook called the Shepherd hook, I think. And so I was a little extra nervous tonight or this morning that it was going to do the same thing. But thankfully, thank the Lord that everything was smooth. She said she had to push a little bit, but that the catheter went right in, no problem. And so I just lay there for about 5-6 minutes, which I thought was really short, but she said that was all the time that we needed. They set the timer, and that was it. And we left, and now I'm home in bed. So that's where I am right now. I just took a little nap and thought I'd make a little video and let you know. So I have a blood test on the 30th. That's when they want me to go back in to get my blood done. And what else? I start my progesterone tomorrow morning is what they do. One in the morning and one at night. It's 200 milligram capsules or whatever that I'm gonna insert. So that should be fun. And I thought I had always heard that people would start their progesterone not the day after, but the second day after IUI. I don't know if I am mistaken on that, but I can't remember. The last IUI I did it the day after too, and I thought the same thing, that it started a little early. But maybe let me know if you guys have done IUI when you've started your progesterone, if it was the next day or the day after that. So I'll be starting that in the morning, and I think that's the only medicine that I'm on is just the progesterone. And then blood test. I'm going to be testing out my trigger this time. I didn't start testing until I think it was cycle day or 10 days after last IUI, and my trigger was still in my system. And because I took the test, sorry about the lighting, but because I took the test at different times during the day, sometimes it looked darker than others, the line. So I was too hopeful going into my blood test after the last IUI. So this time I'm not going to let that happen, and I'm going to test the whole time. So I'm going to test the trigger out and see how my line disappears and pray that it just starts to come back and that we have a BFP after the end of this. And my dog is smelling the phone. So, all right, that's it. I'm going to go back and sleep again. Sorry, this is sleepy me. But thanks for listening and watching, and sorry that the update was so late. I planned on doing a video after my appointment on Thursday, but I wanted to wait until I got my results in the afternoon to know what I was actually doing. And then when I got the results for IUI, I just was a little shocked and trying to figure out work and calling off and all that, and then I just didn't get a chance to make a video. Plus, I didn't. The lighting wasn't good, and the Wi-Fi, my internet's very not good at the house, so I have to do it at church because it's a lot faster to upload, and I just haven't been there. So since choir practice, so I didn't get a chance to do a video. So tonight I will upload this, and yeah. So thank you guys for watching, and let's pray for a BFP at the end. So thanks guys, have a great day. Bye.